Hey everybody! So Zoe and I are here today to talk to you about advocacy, making sure that you advocate for your child and being confident in that, and that it's okay to get a second opinion or ask questions. So Zoe wanted to start at the beginning, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of snippet of her birth story. We were 40 weeks and one day when Zoe decided to come into this world. She was a little bit late, and she had to go to the NICU. She was an emergency C-section. There were a lot of things that transpired. We can get into more details later, but I really want to focus on what took place that led us up to her open heart surgery. So at the NICU, they discovered that she had a heart murmur, and at 11 days old, she got to go home. On day 13, we went to the doctor that was our pediatrician of choice, and we absolutely loved her. She told us, so we took her at her word that Zoe had a heart murmur. It was most likely a hole in the heart that would heal up. We would keep an eye on it. But as all things happen, when you're at a doctor's office, you see different doctors. And so through all of that, her heart murmur kind of got set to the wayside because Zoe was having asthma issues. She was staying constantly with ear infections. We were going to the doctor a lot. She was in daycare and I was working at the hospital at the time, and with all of those things that was going on, it just got overlooked somehow. And later on, when they were not listening to me about her ear infections and putting tubes in her ears, that I wanted to go to an ENT, because we come from a family with medical background, and all of the medical people in my family were encouraging us to get that done. And I felt it was needed because at this point, amoxicillin and things were not working for Zoe. She was immune to it. So we end up going to get a second opinion from a different doctor. And before we could get to doctor number 2, Zoe ends up sick again. We're back at doctor number 1, and we see a PA who came in and said, "Did you know Zoe has a heart murmur?" And I was like, "We heard about that a long time ago, but she's almost a year old and we've heard nothing else about it." She goes and gets the doctor that had listened to her just a few days before, and the doctor says, "Well, I put that in my notes. I'm glad I documented that in my notes." I'm like, "You documented it in your notes, but you forgot to tell me about it." And so we go through the process of getting the echo set up. They went ahead and treated Zoe's ear infection. We told them that we were leaving to go to another doctor because we felt like we needed someone who would listen as well as get a second opinion. So we did that, and in the process of her getting the echo, we were brought in and sat down and told that we would need to go to the heart doctors in Augusta. And from there, one thing led to another, and at 18 months old, Zoe had her first open heart surgery. Zoe did get tubes put in her ears. They did realize later on that she had cardiac asthma instead of bronchial asthma. Her first set of doctors called, spoke with me every day because they wanted to know more. That way they would not miss another child with the same issue. And we'll get more into that in detail. And I did sit with them and talk with them, and we went over things. Later on, I got to meet the doctor that put it in her notes, and she said that we just didn't know. And so me and her sat down to see what we could do a little bit different. And because of Zoe, other children were being looked after, sent to echoes immediately, and they started a program at our hospital for babies when they come. Like, you get the hearing screen, you also get a cardiac screening. They'll put you on the pulse ox, they'll monitor your heart rate, and maybe do it like a little miniature EKG, and they go through all of those things as well. So that got started because of Zoe. So that was really great to see and to know. And just being an advocate for your child, knowing that it is okay to get a second opinion, because that actually led to us saving Zoe's life. A lot of prayer, a lot of support, all of those things. And with that said, a lot of people always ask me, because I've always been open and honest with Zoe about her body, about the things that she was going through. I didn't want to take my 18-month-old into surgery and not tell her what was coming. And so we've always tried to be open and honest about those things. and we get questioned a lot on it. Should we be that open and honest with our child? Should we have let our 12-year-old daughter choose bio versus mechanical valve? And let's ask Zoe, right? Zoe, if you had the opportunity and could take it back and just leave all the decisions to ride on us, would you have rather been blindsided, or would you rather be in the know?
Be in the know.
All right. Why would you rather be in the know?
Because I probably would have ended up with a mechanical valve had you not have told me.
True. And we decided these things as a family, and we've always discussed this with our medical family as well, and we've been encouraged by them, and it's been great to have that support. And we realize not everybody has the support that we have. So that's why we're sharing our story. We want to encourage others, and we want to help others in this process. Your family dynamics may not look like ours, and you may not make the decisions that we make, but at least you will know that there is somebody out there encouraging you to ask the tough questions, encouraging you to advocate for your child, encouraging you that even when you feel like you're going crazy, because I have been there and I've questioned, did we do the right thing? Hindsight is 20/20, and once it's done, you can't look back and do it again. So pray about it, find your support team, and go forward with your decision, and just be encouraged in that. And I mean, I have made a list of 20 questions and sat down with the heart doctors and asked them. Zoe's asked tough questions, but before she could find her voice, I was her voice. Her daddy was her voice. And so we're encouraging her to find her own voice in this healing journey, and sharing that with you all as part of that. So just be encouraged, you guys, and we love you all. And if you need prayer or have questions, just send us a message, and we'll be glad to sit with you, chat with you, and talk to you guys soon.